Right, round two. Let's see if this works any better. So if all else fails, reset the internet by the looks of it. So it's coming up basically saying I've got an excellent connection now. So we'll try that again. Not a great start to the evening. I was quite nervous doing this this evening, and I'm starting to understand why now. So yep, it's a nice evening here. So yeah, basically, right, going back to the subject of what we're talking about. So layout chat. Layout's not really progressed that much. Been far too busy with lots of 5-inch gauge stuff. I'm again away for 5-inch gauge fun this weekend. I keep catching a glimpse of my rather shiny forehead, so I've definitely caught the sun today. Jenna's away, so she's left me some gardening to do. Well, I say she left me some gardening to do. I decided to do the grass, and yeah, we've gone from there basically. So fingers crossed, people will start coming back in the chat now, and go from there basically. A little bit annoying start to my evening. Hopefully it's people start coming back. James, thank you very much. Yep, seems to be back on now. My stream health is coming up basically saying I've now got excellent health, according to that. Excellent connection. So resetting the internet clearly was the way to go there. But anyway, I'll cut all the useless chat, and I'll get onto the sort of subject in hand. So some of you know that I use the UWT-100. What I'll do is I'll quickly swap to my new camera. So I've got a desk cam now. So some of you know that I use this handset, use it quite often on the layout, and we've got it all at home. Use it on my exhibition layouts, use it on my home layout, and everything seems to work quite well using these. Avid fan of the UWT-100. Obviously did the review for BRM magazine, etc. And obviously we've had them in the shop at Digitrains as well. So keep catching the glimpse of the LEDs there. So I've got some LEDs under this helmet here, which you can basically see the reflection there. But yeah, so really enjoy using it. It's a good unit. Like it lots. That's the layout starting up at the moment. So earlier last week we had these drop in the door, the UWT-50, which is basically the mini throttle. It's supposed to be cheaper than the UWT-100. Not really sure on the retail price just yet. I think we've got them on the website at Digitrains. So yeah, I've been given one to have a play with and see what I think basically. Now, comparing it to the UWT-100, which I'm obviously a big fan of, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares. There's the two side by side. I've already got this one out of the box. Put some batteries in it, just have a little bit of a play with it. It's still fairly new to me, so you know there will be certain things that I probably mess up or muck up on. Same sort of startup principle. So screen comes up, push 2 to start, and that will basically go and find your connection, and then you can go from there. So I've already programmed it in to find the Wi-Fi for the layout here. What I use for the layout here, so you're all aware, is I have the DR5000. Now the DR5000 is connected via USB to my computer, which runs JMRI, and it's the JMRI software that makes the Y throttle. So I alleviate the sort of use for the Y throttle that way round. Because obviously the DR5000 currently doesn't support the Y throttle. I hope they will make some changes, and maybe we'll be able to link these units directly to the DR5000. However, I quite like doing it via the Y throttle on the JMRI because it gives me the option to put in my roster and put in my roster names and my function lists, etc. So I've tried to zoom this in. but it hasn't really worked that well. So what I shall do is I shall have to pick it up, and you'll have to excuse me because I'm doing this very backwards. But yeah, basically you can then scroll down the list of your locomotives, find the one you want. Now I cannot read that from this angle at all. I think that's 9466, yep. And then what I can do is I can push enter there, and it will bring up 9466, so I can turn the sound on. Got all the brakes, whistles, etc. And you can also see it coming up on the screen when I push a button. You'll see it flag up the different options on the screen, as well as also indicating what's on as well. It's pretty much the same as the 100. If I go and push the question mark, it will basically display all the different functions on the list there. And again, by using the shift key, I can then scroll up those options all the way up to 28. So again, quite like that feature, and it's nice as well. The other thing I really like about this is it holds the shift as well. So a lot of systems I've played with, you push the shift once, you then press 5, and that gives you 15. You then have to press shift again and then 5 again to turn off the to turn on 15 again. So what this one does though, if you basically have it on a function, if you push the button, it basically holds it on there, and then by pushing 5 again, it's basically stayed there. So there's no need to basically go back through the shift menu, which again I quite like. So if you're using a function, you can leave it on that as well. So I'll come back out of the question mark thing there, and that basically gives me the main sort of driving throttle there. You can see at the bottom of the screen you've got, excuse me, this is very hard to do this backwards. You've got the, excuse me, option 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they're all accessible by different things. So you can push the wheel on the side here, and that gives you the option there. You've also got 4 option on the side here as well, which I've configured that to use as a swap. So that swaps between 2 locos that you've last used, like a recall function basically for 2 steps. And then of course 1, 2 and 3 I've set for functions 10, 11 and 12 just for ease. So it's very much like using the NCE power cab. But yeah, overall really happy with it, really looking forward to using it a bit more. I will do a much more of an in-depth review on the on this unit as it goes as well. This is the encoder one, so basically you can turn the wheel all the way around. Now I have been told, that they're doing a potentiometer version of this as well. In my opinion, don't really like the potentiometer option. I mean, yes, it gives you a physical stop, but the issue there is if you then select your next loco, of course, with the potentiometer, if it's set at half throttle, you're then basically going to send half throttle command straight away to the next loco that you select. Obviously, you twiddle the wheel a little bit just to send the last sort of command, but I'd rather have the encoder, so when I do toggle between the 2 locos, it's a case of, you know, that regardless to wherever that's set, it's always going to be at 0 until I turn the dial, and vice versa. They have again put the never really understand this, but they've put a flashlight on it. Now they did this on the 100 as well. They've done it on the 50 as well. I'm sure it's useful for the Americans. Me personally, I don't understand it at all. But again, I suppose if you're, you know, if you've got a some sort of Spratt and Winkle coupling or something like that, where you need to poke with a pair of tweezers or something like that. I mean, I personally just use the standard tension lock couplings. I haven't even made the step over to the Buckeye couplings, if I'm honest, that most people do. I am quite curious to try the Hunt couplings, so I'll be interested to see what happens there. Little bit concerned that I've only got 2 people watching me at the moment. That's annoying. So yeah, I'll quickly just go and share my link around a little bit, because obviously it's a little bit not worked. I've only got 2 people watching. It's not worked, so yeah, I will go and share the link around a little bit. It's the boring part, so sorry guys. Just trying to. It's obviously my fault for mucking up the streams as well. I say I mucked it up. It was the internet that mucked it up. Yep. So I had a fail there with my internet. So that's let the side down this evening, which is a little bit disappointing. But there we go. Go and share that around a bit, and hopefully we'll get a few more people watching. You might need to see the link again. Yes, thank you, James. I've just twigged that myself. So yeah, I will go and share the link around again, because it has changed, courtesy of my internet playing up. So yeah, good start to my evening. Good start to the evening. Right, so anyway, I'll leave those 2 there for the moment, and I'll basically just do a bit of a show around the actual layout. Actually, what I'll do is I'll paste the screenshot over at the moment. So this is basically my second computer screen that I have, and that basically shows the layout on here. So what I can actually do is I can go and select various things on the layout, get lots of different sounds from the signal box, that kind of thing. That's just one of the Gauge Master, the Train Tech sound units that they do, scenic sounds. So yeah, I've installed one of those in, and it's quite interesting actually. It's the fact that I'm able to link all the it's the fact that I'm able to link all the sounds in without changing the points, so quite enjoy that. It's quite fun to do as well. And yeah, we're on turntable. You can see there, obviously this area is completely blank at the moment because I haven't decided on a track plan yet. This area up here has progressed a little bit more, and I need to finish off what I'm doing with my good sidings over here. The only sort of real finished section is this one here, which is my junction section. The far end of the layout, which you can't currently see at the moment because I've shrunk the screen a little bit. So the far end of the layout will be this loop here, but again I have my intentions to change that a little bit. So there'll be a second loop in there as well, and there'll also be a couple of, well, I say a couple, probably about 3. There'll be 3 sidings sort of positioned in this area here. I've just realised that I've not got the mouse on the screen properly. So yeah, I'll have a second sort of loop on the inside of this one, and then I'll have 3 sort of sidings in there as well. Might even do a couple of spurs just off the second one, and do some sort of shuttling feature. Now this whole section here is basically controlled by the DR4013, I think it is, which is the DigiKeys Auto Reverse module. So yeah, I need to talk to James at some point about doing a little mod to get that set up and working correctly, because at the moment it doesn't. But it's quite nice in the sense that when it does get into the section, it gives me a return. The other thing that's quite nice as well, because obviously I can't see that from this room that I'm sat in at the moment. So when the point does change, which I'll change it manually, you might be able to hear I get a little bell code coming from the scenic sounder, just to let me know that the loco has decided to the point's changed for the loco to come back to me. So in that way I can kind of get prepped and get sorted for the loco's return, i.e. get all these points set in the correct place if I've been shunting around, etc. But anyway, so I'll come up to the main layout. now have the new mod. Well, I suspect the one I've got, James, as I've had it for quite some time, doesn't have the mod. So I will either give you a call at some point to sort that out with you, and or alternatively I'll pop this one back in the post to you. Quick bit of typing there. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why my chat box isn't visible there. That might be why. But yeah, so I'll go back through the sort of sections of the layout. So this is basically my camera view number 1. Unfortunately, you get me in the top corner again. See it how you will, but yeah, it is my channel. So I've got to somehow put my face somewhere. But yeah, this is the sort of station area. Unfortunately, it has turned into a little bit of a dumping ground. I have tidied up this corner over here because there was lots of boxes there earlier today, including the one for the UWT-50. So yeah, tidied that up. You can currently see the 9466 Panya sat there, as well as my Duchess of Atholl. Not the Centennial, that's the word I'm looking for, not the Centennial edition one that Hornby did, it's the earlier plastic one. Managed to pick that up for relatively good money compared to what the Centennial ones were going for. I think I saw one on eBay once for about £500. I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah, I'm not going to pay that for that loco, let's put it that way. I'll swap over to camera 2 as well. So this is the junction camera. We can see a few locos sort of sat in there as well as my Christmas present. I'll just turn around quickly and I'll push it into shot a little bit more. See if you can make it out. Probably not from that angle. But yeah, it was a Christmas present from my mum, which is Express Dairy Company, and it's English eggs. The layout is called Westmoreland, and yeah, the writing on the side of the wagon. Actually, do you know what? I'll pick it up and I'll show you guys, because yeah, I quite like it. I thought it was brilliant actually when she found it. But yeah, you can't really read it there now. But yes, it basically says the Express Dairy Company English eggs from Westmoreland Farms. So as a Christmas present, I'll tell you what, in actual fact, I'll swap to the desk. I'll swap to the desk cam. You can see it there, that's better. So yeah, as a Christmas present, she couldn't have got that any better. So thank you very much, Mum. Gonna look forward to running that around the layout here. That'll be pretty cool. But yeah, Westmoreland Farms, the layout is called Westmoreland. So yeah, brilliant find, that one. It's a shame I can't find one in the 009 section, but anyway. So yeah, thanks Mum. Put that on the track up here. Yeah, so anyway, back to the junction cam, bit of a tangent there. So I'm sort of continuing on ballasting slowly. I've got a few problems with one of the points over there which I've had to sort of correct, mainly my fault for not masking it up when I was gluing. So yeah, this front point on the section, which is leading out of the sidings, got a bit stuck, but it seems to have, well, I think I've managed to free it by the looks of it. So yeah, that seems to be working as it should now. We've got a bit of an interloper, which you can just about see on the layout. So I shall pick up the UWT-50 and dial that in. We'll bring it forward a little bit. So yeah, we've currently got the interloper of the 68 Achilles. This is the one that I use to do my 68 sound file on for Digitrains. So this is the MS decoder that's in it, the Zimmo MS decoder. Brilliant sound. Yep, could have a play with that later on this evening as well. We can see the signal box as well, which is sort of in the top the screen. Not finished. Still got lots of the interior to do. Still got to wire in the interior lighting. That's why the roof is currently sat on it a bit crooked. You can just about see some signals in the distance as well. Now, some of these signals on the layout work, they're the dapple ones, and some of them don't. So you can just see the base of one in the very, very distance on the left-hand outline. And that's a dapple one. However, the one coming back, which is effectively protecting the junction, that's just a dummy one, because Dapple in their infinite wisdom have decided to go and do the SR signals now, as opposed to doing the BRLMS ones, which I was really hoping for. But there we go. So can't win them all, unfortunately. So yeah, you can just about see Western Druid in the distance as well. In actual fact, what I could do is I can remember its number. There we go. So yeah, I can put on some of the lighting in there, see if we can see it. It's a bit of a heffalump when it goes over the bridge, actually. So yeah, what we could do is we can bring it up, I suppose. Of course, assuming I've got it in the right direction, which I have now. So yeah, I need to reinforce that little gap just over the bridge section there. It does bend the track down just a wee bit as it goes over there. So I might have to do a bit of reinforcing. My biggest problem at the moment I seem to be having a lot of is time. I don't really get as much time out here as I would have liked. I suppose during lockdown, when I first started this project, it was it was means to an end sort of thing. I couldn't get out and do the 5-inch gauge. I couldn't get out and do exhibitions or work weekends in the shop or anything like this. So it was a case of I could spend as much time out here to my heart's content. It's quite loud, that one. But as some of you may know, I used to have a 5-inch gauge Western. So this one has basically been done in its memory. So this is Western Druid. Some of you may remember that. Some of you may not. Some of you might not know anything about it. But it was nice to say I owned it. But take it from me, it was massive. It was so big. I mean, I love the 4F because it's literally a case of if I'm just taking the 4F somewhere, because it's a tender and a locomotive, a tender and an engine. It's a case of I can put tender and engine in the boot of my car, riding truck along one side, and then 2 boxes of stuff down the other side. So it all fits in the boot. I can still keep the rear bench seat up. However, if I had Western Druid, on the other hand, it was a case of it would take up the whole length of my estate car. It was just massive. That's the only way to describe it. It was big, it was cumbersome, it was heavy. It was really heavy to move around. I couldn't lift it on my own. Well, I could, but it meant dismantling the model and basically taking all the batteries out, etc., etc. So yeah. Still only getting 3 people in. Do like and share, please. As I say, it's not done it for a while, so it's not a regular thing, which is a bit disappointing. I'm going to try and pick this up and do more of a regular thing on a Sunday. Chat about new things, new products, etc., etc. So yeah, yeah, it'd be nice to do a bit more, I think. So yeah. Anyway, that's the junction cam. So what I can do now is I can hit number 3 on my keypad, and that should change to the shed cam as well. So yeah, the shed has turned into a little bit of a dumping ground at the moment. So I've currently got my my blue Peckett, my Lambton cab, J94 Lambton cab. That's done in there. That's actually done by Cobb Smith. He done the 3D printing for the cabs of those to go directly onto the DJM models. So that one has got sound and firebox and all that sort of stuff in, which will be the same as the Peckett eventually. You can't see my turntable at the moment, so I'll quickly move the tree. That usually lives there. But yeah, the turntable has changed again. Appearance-wise, not much. Do I want to see a new I always want to see new products. You know, you're welcome to send me them. I'll review them on my channel. And at the same token as well, I'll also have a play with them at the shop as well. So yeah, James, if you fancy sending me stuff to play with and show them on YouTube, etc., or do reviews on as well, because I'm doing lots of articles at the moment. I shan't name drop, but I'm doing articles for a certain magazine at the moment. I've got a few to get on with and finish off, admittedly. Feel like the school kid leaving my homework till the last minute. Got to get them done by the end of the month, actually, so I've got a little bit of time, but yeah, with everything else that's going on, it's a case of I don't get much. I don't get much done like I should do, really. So yeah, turntable has changed again. I was just going to say that is the DCC interface kit. This is a new version again. So the old version, which I've still got over here, or have I? I don't know where I've put it now. The old version was basically it had a screen, and you can control all the turntable via the screen, and you could also send a DCC command. Now this new version, you've got the ability to send a DCC command to it still, so I can send off the screen. I can send a command and watch it go. He says it's not going. Excellent. Oh, there we go. Sorry, my bad. Pushing the wrong button. So yeah, it's a little bit fast at the moment because I haven't completed the setup on it. Plus, we've got a little bit of an interesting issue where the turntable doesn't hold a memory. Evening Timber Surf, I wasn't aware you were watching actually, so thanks for tuning in and watching. I think I did see you at the Stratford Barn show, but I didn't really get a chance to have a decent talk with you. Timber scale stuff, if I want to play with it, yeah, by all means. I'm happy to, I'm happy to put my hand. I don't expect nothing, something for nothing. So, by all means, if you do want anything, just drop me a message on Facebook or anything like that, and I'll sort something out with you. You might be able to spot a couple of the West Hill Wagon Works bits on the layout as well. I was actually having a chat with one of the guys from there, and for the life of me, I cannot remember his name. Really nice guy. I want to say Chris, but I might get that wrong. He was really nice, really friendly. So yes, I did. I did see you, did I? Okay, cool. Not entirely sure my chat box thing isn't working correctly at the moment. It's a little bit annoying. Seems to be on the go slow. I have no idea if that's because this has done an update, because the Streamlabs software did an update on me, and then I lost all my cameras for a bit. So I thought something had gone wrong with my USB hub that I've got in the loft section of this room, and yeah, it actually turned out that it was probably Chris. Yes, Chris does sound right, Timbersurf. Oh, there's two of them, is there? Oh, right, okay. Well, if I'm 50-50 chance of getting it right then, so yeah. We'll see how that goes anyway. But yeah, no, I've got some West Hill Wagon Work bits. Got a few bits as well. Danny and his dumper truck, that's gone to one of my colleagues, because he's got a nice little area on his layout, which I think once that's painted up, that's going to look really great on his home layout. So I will get Dave to send me some pictures of that once he's done it as well. I've also given him some figures to paint for me as well, so fingers crossed. there should be some little figures appearing on the layout very soon. I've also got a couple of figures to go in my Baldwins, my 009 Baldwins as well. And there's another little figure as well that I've got as well, which should start appearing on a few layouts. I'm going to take some pictures and have a little laugh. He might know who he is. I'm not sure if he's in the chat or not this evening. But yeah, I do have a 3D print version of him. So yeah, he'll start appearing all around my layouts and in various places at work, etc., etc. Sounds wrong when I say it like that, doesn't it? But yeah, so that should be good fun. Yeah, so West Hill Wagon Works. Yeah, nice guy, nice chap. Got some of the super elevation things there. What I'll do is I'll go over here and grab them off the layout so I can show you. It always turns into a bit of a free-for-all here when I do this, because I end up going back and forth to sort of do it. Yeah, so the loop section at the end of the layout, just so I've got a bit of comfort that you know, if I do send things off racing to the loop, that I will get them back. So yeah, I've got this super elevation kit, so that will basically give the track a little bit of a tilt. So if I do send stuff at a stupidly high rate of speed down there, they'll hopefully come back because of that. He also gave me, asked what sort of era I model and stuff, so he's also given me some ground signals. These are the BR types. I'll tell you what, I'll go to my, keep holding them at distance when I've got a desk cam now, so yeah, I can hold these up to the screen. So yeah, that's the double disc version, and then there's the single disc version there as well, so they'll start appearing at different points around the layout as well, so that'll be quite cool, all painted up as well. I've also got these cool LMS style mileposts actually, so I'm really looking forward to getting these around the layout and having a bit of fun with them. So what I will try and do is I will try and dot these at scale mile marker points around the layout. Not that I actually think I have a scale mile of track here, but it'll be fun to work it out and see what I've got, I suppose. And the other thing which I'm going to enjoy looking forward to do is these are the Semaphore Signals, the post and cables. So yeah, that'll be quite fun to attach and run around the layout as well. So yeah, little detail things which I'll get round to adding at some point and get on with things. Smashing up some charcoal for next weekend. Well, funny enough, John, I've been doing exactly the same thing. So, evening. Thanks for joining us, mate. Hope you're well. And yeah, we're looking forward to next weekend very much. Although it's going to feel a bit weird not packing the car up with my own locomotive, I must say. So yeah, looking forward to running the crab. So thanks again for that, mate. Really appreciate it. Definitely really enjoyed myself at Bath and West with that, actually. So, although saying that, the best 20 minutes was when you had to go back light engine, so we decided to stick you on the front of the crab. So, yeah, John was driving my 4F and I was driving his crab. So, it was a case of, yeah, good 20 minutes of double heading, and that was probably the most fun we had all weekend. So, yeah, that was good fun. So, yeah, so people have just joined us, doing a little bit of layout chat this evening. Do hit the like. This is YouTube talk. This is. Do hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube. It's good to know that people are liking these videos. See how many people actually drop in. I mean, I've only got 4 people watching at the moment, so if you can share it about and get a few more people in here, that'd be great. Obviously, I haven't helped matters myself because my internet decided to play up. So I had to go and restart my internet, so the original link no longer works, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, I certainly know that Chris had what was he called? Tail lamp. That was it. Tail lamps. Chris has left us. I think my friend from back home in Buckinghamshire, Andy, he's no longer watching us. But yeah, thanks very much, internet, for completely mucking that up. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, these are the TCS UWT throttles, the universal Wi-Fi throttles. Got a bit of a bone to pick with the universal part. The sad fact is, just because these are Wi-Fi and other systems are Wi-Fi, doesn't necessarily mean that you can get these to talk to your DCC system. So, as an example, I use the DR5000 here, which has Wi-Fi built into it. These currently don't talk to the DR5000, which is a little bit of a shame. However, you know, maybe they'll do an update and maybe we'll, or I'll get what I wish for, basically. But yeah, so this is the original UWT-100. This was the throttle I did a review on back before COVID started. So this was actually a review sample I got sent, and as payment for the article, I got to keep this, which was very nice. I actually thought I was going to get paid for the article, but I got told I could keep that instead. Or actually, I asked, could I keep this instead? Actually, I'll get my facts right in a minute. But yeah, so that was nice. Use that quite often. A few people have used it on my layouts as well, and really enjoyed using it. But of course, now we've got the I'll put that back there. Now we've got the 50, which is the mini throttle. Smaller sort of screen, nice little unit. I have seen this working, John. What have you seen working, James? So the TCS to the DR5000. Are you gonna tell everyone something? I know you've already told me it, but I was trying to keep it quiet. So yeah, if you do want to tell people that DR5000, etc., just give me a sort of thumbs up in the chat to say that I can say it or not. But yeah, so I mean, at the moment, this is talking through the JMRI software that I run on the computer at the moment, which then talks to my DR5000. So this is why I can use this on my layout. Well, both of them on my layout actually, because it links to the Wi-Fi of the computer as opposed to the Wi-Fi on the DR5000. Okay, so James has given me the yes. So yeah, he did tell me the other day when I was having a conversation with him that DigiKeys are looking into getting the DR5000 firmware update done. So these will be able to talk directly to the DR5000. So there'll be no need for, because at the moment, as it currently stands, you have to get either an LNWI or you have to link it through JMRI or something like that. So it's a bit of a kind of whipful when the actual unit, the DR5000 itself, has the Wi-Fi built in, but because it doesn't have the Y-throttle server built into it, it doesn't give the ability to talk to it. So yeah, so cool. Thanks very much for the nod there, James. But yeah, so you've heard it all here first, that the DR5000 with an update will eventually be able to get UWTs, the 50 and the 100, talking directly to it. So that will be huge steps as well. And of course, he says about the other systems as well. So yes, I will say it, that they're also doing an adapter that allows you to plug in the NCE systems into the DR5000 as well. And he also told me the other day that they work in reverse as well. So the LocoNet side of it can talk to the not just DigiKeys. So yeah, the NCE system will be able to talk to the LocoNet and vice versa as well. So that'll be an interesting adapter once they've finally got that done as well. It's not just DigiKeys. So yep, that'd be cool though. Yes. So yeah, once they get that sorted, James, we can sort out announcing that a bit better and maybe do a little product review or a little review on it, because I've already got the products, so I don't really need the product review side of it. Yeah, so a little bit of rambling on my part. Feels like I've been talking for absolute ages, but according to this, I've only been talking for about 50 minutes, which is technically only 40 minutes because we had about 10 minutes of mucking around with the internet, which was great fun. So yeah, So yeah, I'll come off the desk cam for a minute. I'll go back to the shed. The shed there as well. So we were just looking at the shed. Maybe I should run some trains. What do you think? Shall I run a train? Let's run a train. I'll grab the UWT-50, as this is the one we're supposed to be playing with this evening. So yeah, maybe we can send the Western. Send the Western. I have no idea which way it's going to go. The correct way. Hey. So yeah, I shall just run that out. I could put the sound on, but I know for a fact the sound on this particular loco is so loud that you probably guys won't be able to hear me. So yeah, that'll go out into the section, and all being well, it will go over to the signal and stop. So you probably noticed I've done the back scene on it as well. Oh dear. Looks like I'm being spammed like crazy on my YouTube at the moment. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll put that on to camera 3. And all being well, that should make its way up to the signal. There actually, yep, we can just see it coming into shot now. Now if I've got it set correctly, it should stop, but obviously not. Yeah, so we can send that off into the distance. Might start it up for this bit. Little toot horns. If only my 5-inch gauge Western actually sounded this good. But yeah. Disappears into the other room. Where we shan't hear it again for a while. So yeah, we can go back to the junction section as well, and we can bring up the have a little play with some engines while I'm out here, shall I? Might as well have a play with things while I'm out here, I guess. So, as long as you can all hear me okay. Only thing is, I can sit here and actually drive the trains on the cameras, actually, which is quite fun. Change the direction, change the lights. Oh, that's a good start. Note to self, clean the track before you come out here. Oh, that's a groovy. What's going on there? Didn't actually think the track was that dirty, but I was wrong. Oh, so the Western's on its way back now. I'll go back to camera 3. Put the sound on as well. It does a slow drive at the other end of the section as well, so that's why it takes so long for it to come back. There it comes. Slowed it a bit too much there. Of course, that'll be really loud at the moment because the microphone is just underneath where the Western is at the moment. You can't see the loop through the... I'll tell you what, let me just turn some of these engines off a minute and we'll be able to hear. You can't see the loop through the tunnel at the moment, unfortunately, Andy. Glad you managed to find the link and come back in. I can show you the track plan if you like. I mean, at the moment, it is just quite literally a straight line that goes all the way down to a loop at the far end. Which basically returns it. So it comes down this way. So what happens is change that point there, and it basically changes that one. So the loop goes round, and then basically when this changes down the far end, it gives me a little bell code to let me know it's on its way back. It's nothing fancy at the moment. It will be, because my intention is to do an extra loop on around the outside of this as well. And then maybe do sort of 3 sidings just in the sort of bit here as well. So yeah, and I don't have any cameras down the end at the moment. The likelihood is at some point I may put a camera down the far end, but I didn't have any plans to do that, as it were, because that's the section that's the section I don't want people to see, basically. But yeah, it just basically disappears down the layout. It's about a 16-foot run all the way down the far end, and then it's a radius equivalent of a radius 4, which I think is about 23 inch. Got a track setter somewhere. 24 inch. Yeah, so I just use that track setter. Oh, say that track setter. You can't actually see me. So yeah, I actually just use that track setter there, which is a 24 inch, and that's basically the inner radius that I use. So the outer one will be greater. I take it hits inside. Yeah, it's basically my garage, Andy. So what I basically have is I have this room that we're currently sat in is a 10 by 10 room. And that basically has this layout up on the wall. It's 1.4 off the ground, 1.4 meters off the ground. So it basically sits above my desk. So if you can see from the camera shot there, you can see my hand waving there. And I'm currently sat underneath the layout at my work desk. The idea of doing it like that was it gave me the best of both worlds. It gave me a full desk that I can work at. And still have everything underneath it, like the freezer and the tumble dryer and all that sort of stuff. set of drawers in the corner there, all that sort of stuff. And then this is all basically above everything. So it goes, good evening, Richard. Watching while Mini-Me falls off. Well, say hello to her from me. I'm sure that will confuse her as much as she does look at me and think, who the heck is this person? He kind of looks like he's got a beard like my dad. So yeah, not much to say really, Richard. We've obviously just been talking about layouts, talking about UWT-50 and having a bit of a play with it, driving a few locos around, finding out that I've got dirty bits of track that I've missed as well. Always good fun. I'll send the Western off back round this way. I have to push that back a bit. Not quite wired up all the points yet, so apologies for the current view. Go back to the junction camera. Need to try and get things out of the way, maybe get some steam engines running. Sadly, I don't have all my stock here with me this evening, actually. I've only got a few engines here at the moment. All my stuff is currently at work at the moment. So I need to retrieve a few of them and go and get them back. So I'll send the 68 off down the loop line there. Well, would be the MPD actually. Eventually when I get round to it, but yeah, I'm not really progressing that fast with it actually, so I suspect at some point I've also got to go and wire up somebody else's layout at some point when he shouts at me, I guess. Can't possibly think who that is. I'm sure if he's in the chat he'll let us know. Just drive that over that section there. Hopefully it doesn't fall off over the track, because it's not exactly supported well, that bit of track there at the moment. Ooh, you can just see it dipping. Ooh. It's all part of fun of the model railways, isn't it? Doing dodgy things. Driving locos over delicately poised bits of track. Still can't wait for the Mark 5s to get here though, for that TPE. I'm so excited to finally get my hands on them, I think is probably the best way to explain it. I've only had them on order since they announced them, which was 2019 I think. So yeah, we've only just got up to 8 o'clock. It feels like I've been going for absolute ages. I did say I would do 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock, but I'm starting to run out of things to say. Maybe you guys can ask me some questions in the chat and let me know what you're thinking of the layout. I'm only down to 3 people watching, so that's always a bad sign. Well, that's a sign that I've messed up basically, because I mucked up the well, my internet mucked up the link, which was really useful. Not so much for me, because it means I'm basically sat here chatting to myself most of the evening, which is great fun. But I suppose you can watch this back, so I suppose that's something good. So let's get the Western out of the way. That's so loud, that one. To run some engines about. Dun, dun, dun. For all those people that are still watching, you're currently watching me drive Western Druid about, which this is a dapole model that I basically decided to get hold of and pay tribute to my. Whoops! I just noticed something there. That's not gone over. I thought I'd fix this. There we go. So maybe I haven't fixed that particular turnout as much as I thought I did. So yeah, what I was just saying was I did this model to pay tribute to my 5-inch gauge Western Druid that I had quite a while ago now. Feels like a lifetime ago actually. But I did have it for quite a long time as well actually, so it was quite nice to. It's also how I got into GL5 as well, by running this particular loco. So I kind of felt that I had to pay tribute to it in some way, shape or form. Oh, I've just thought actually, what do you guys think of the back scene actually? Let me know in the comments what you think. Obviously I've got to do some dressing and a bit of tidying up in certain areas, but yeah, that back scene that we're currently looking at, that's only just recently gone up on that wall, around that section there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that actually. Stock back there so they don't couple up. It's tight there. Let's run some steam engines now. I know that a few people are going to be absolutely cringing at this, but currently all I have here, steam engine wise, is I have a 14XX, which you guys are just about to see. You'll be able to hear it first before you can see it. It's definitely moving. There we go. So yeah, I don't have a lot in the way of rolling stock here at the moment. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll send this off. We're using the UWT-50 to control this layout as well. So in theory as well, what this should do is this should stop at the signal. I'm just going to shut this door. Stop the flies coming in. So yeah, so that is still on. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll go to my desk cam. So that is still on 60 at the moment. And that loco has basically decided that it's going to stop and wait there. Now, I've talked about this before, but this is basically what I've done. I've installed ABC on the layout. So that particular section of track before that point has got ABC protection on it. So if the point is set against it, all the locos are set up with ABC turned on and a constant braking value. So they'll all stop in that section by that signal, and they'll basically sit there and just wait. So I haven't turned any of the throttle down, I haven't touched the throttle or anything like this. All I've done is basically just told ABC with a constant value. I'll turn the sound off, we might be able to hear ourselves think. yeah, so all I've done is I've basically installed ABC on the layout and basically said that when the turnout is against you, you basically sit and wait there. Now the signal eventually will change with the turnout eventually, and I'll set that up in a way that it basically delays it to work with it as well. But at the moment it just works off the turnout. So all I'm doing is I'm basically bridging the board out. When I change the turnout, it uses a contact on the turnout motor, which is the MP1. James will be so happy that I'm talking about these. I'm going to switch over to the desk cam for this one. So that is the little MP1. This one unfortunately has had a bit of a user error, would be the best way to explain it. So yeah, we don't all get it right. But yeah, I find these wires are a bit too strong. So if these don't complete their throw, the motor gets quite hot and it basically melts the plastic body. That's what's happened. My fault completely. Just didn't have it set up correctly. So basically, what I've done is I've started replacing these little wires with some springier ones that basically allow a bit of bend and a bit of flex to them, so that sort of thing won't happen again. However, this motor is perfectly usable now. Basically all I've had to do is basically just insert a little bit of card so it pushes the switch back into position. Otherwise it would basically just keep running back and forth on itself. But yeah, great little motors, like them. But anyway, what I was saying about the ABC, what I've done is these two terminals on the end here, when this goes over, it then makes the connection between those two, which bridge out the ABC board. So then by changing the point, it's just a case of, by changing the point, it's a case of I'll now bridge out that ABC section, and that loco will go. So yeah, I've no hands. What I will do is I will literally pick up the UWT, and I'll go to point number 1, and all I will do is I'll basically say throw. When I figure out the right key. When I figure out the right key. Right, there we go. Right. So yeah, I'll change the point, and then you'll see that loco disappear through. So all I've done is I've changed the point. I haven't actually inputted anything on the actual controller. The controller's still set to 60. Excuse me, wrong camera. So I haven't changed any of that. But that basically then holds that loco there waiting for me to change the point, and away it goes. Now that particular loco will just do a shuffle feature at the far end, so it will come back the same way it goes out. So yeah, basically all I need to do is change the point back, and we go from there basically. So yeah, that one will come back in at some point, and what we will do now is I will swap. Even, and I will go loco 6231 Duchess of Semaphore. Forgot I'd program that in. We'll get that one driving now. Actually, we can watch that one drive. Now, not all my turnouts are currently working or operational at the moment, so I do have to occasionally get up and hold a turnout into a position, which is a little bit annoying, so I really should get on with this and finish getting this layout up and working. Oh, if we go back to the shed cam, you'll see that the 14's now reappeared. We'll go to the junction cam, and we'll see two locos passing each other. Yeah, the points are set, so yeah, they'll pass each other. And then what we'll basically witness is the Duchess will basically come to a halt just in front of that signal that we can just see the base of at the top of the screen. He hopes. There we go. So the Duchess has basically now come to a halt just in front of the signal. The 14 will continue back, but it won't quite make it all the way round. It will stop just before the lead point, which is just sort of over here. It's just out of shot, you can't quite see it. But yeah, the idea is basically it's just protecting sections of the layout. So if I'm not ready for that particular train, loco, etc., to come back to the station, then it will basically just stop and wait there. So in the meantime, what I can do there is I can go and get the 94 out of that section. Which way around is it? It's backwards. Should be able to see that on the thing there. It's got a lamp on that one as well, so yeah, we'll change direction. We'll fish that out of there first. Only 3 people watching, you know, come on guys, share it about a little bit, you know. I would like it to be a few more. Alright, I'm not expecting hundreds, but you know, never say never. It's quite slow, that logo, isn't it? Tummy rumbling, thank you very much. Maybe we'll put some sound on, make it a bit more interesting. What I should do is I shall just send Duchess off in the distance. Put sound on that as well. It's good sound on that. Duchess, yeah. So I can get the 94. Get the 94, and that will basically do the same. So what that'll do is that will basically run up to that signal, and that'll stop just before that signal. Again, no input from me, so it'll basically just sit there and wait until I change the point. Currently the Duchess of Atholl will be coming back into shot in a second. I'll put her... I'm going to put her in that siding there, actually. Oh, that was good timing. So it's just come back now. It's auto-reversed. It's not actually gone in the loop. Okay. Anyway, we'll go to the junction. And we'll basically just see her pull into that siding there. Now I will have to stop that. Again, that's something I could look into, ABCing all the yards so they stop themselves. See if we can, yeah, we can just about see the firebox glow in that one, actually, so that's kind of cool. Yep, so now we'll go to the MPD. So the turnout on the right hand side, we'll go and change that, and that will basically release 94. So it'd be better if I got some trains out, wouldn't it? And actually put some trains on the end of these as well, so they go off, do their thing. Maybe at some point. I'm not in any rush. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. So yeah, they do sound pretty good. These the Jubilee, which we can currently sort of see in the shot, that'll have some pretty good sound in it once it's finished. So yeah, I'll have to bring it over and have a run on New Junction with it. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Let's just toggle back to the 94. All these locos making sounds. It'd be so easy to get that working, actually. Just a thought. Yeah, we need to sort out a date, don't we, mate? So get on with, keep saying we're going to do things, and we never do we? So must sort it out. Looks like a loco's just come back into shot. So I'll just have to stand up a second. Quick change of locos there. So all being well, 94 is just up there at the moment. So yeah, all being well, that should be coming into shot now. There we go. Always good when things actually work out to plan. Just quickly skip back to 94. I'll stop her just at the station there. Quickly skip back to that one. Get the little 14 leaving. Could be really clever here, and I could use the ooh. I think I still do prefer that one. It just feels a bit more substantial compared to, it's tiny, a little bit fiddly, a little bit finicky, sort of get your hand round. And I still do prefer stuff, it sounds, I still prefer the thumb wheel as opposed to the dial. I know people, people have personal preferences, so I'm never going to win that one as an argument. This is what you should have, no, because people still prefer twiddling a dial, knob, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I don't know why the chat seems to have frozen this evening. There's lots more conversations that have happened. I don't know why. Oh, I've got rid of it completely now. So, Mr. Golden opportunity for a knob joke there. Yep, yeah, certainly did. I'll hold it up at the screen so you can do your knob joke. David, Trainline 5000, good evening. You join us from the layout room. Not sure if you've been in here before. But basically I'll do a quick little tour for you. So currently what you're looking at is me, hello, and you've got what will be the MPD area of the layout. Now what I can do is I can basically go around different areas of the layout. So the MPD area is behind me there, so you can just see it in the distance there. So you can see the red coal tower, even, excuse me, I've completely forgot what that was called then. You can just about see the red coal tower just above me there, and that's currently what you're looking at on the screen. So what I'll do is I'll change the camera, and this is basically the station area. So this section is just in front of me here, so you can just see my hand when I put it up in front of me. So that goes all the way, yeah, just sort of to the end about here, kind of thing. Doesn't deviate off the end of the desk or anything there. It basically just tucks itself in the corner there. And then the other section we have is just over in this side here, which is off to my it'd be off to my my left, my 9 o'clock, whatever you want to call it. And that's basically the junction section, which you can see just there, basically. I'll be interested to hear some comments about the back scene, actually, considering that's probably the last thing I've done on the layout, actually, is the back scenes. So, yeah, we'll see what people think of those. Just had a thought. I've got a train running somewhere. No, I haven't. It's sat there. Right. So I'll change that. I'll change that point, and the 14 will trundle off into the distance. So yeah, basically what we're doing is we're just using this to drive it. I have got a desk cam, so what I can do is I can use that one there, and that basically shows the screen of the camera there. So basically just driving that particular loco. So we'll just change direction and bring it back. Use button 4. Probably just about hear the whistle in the distance. So yeah, looks like the chat has now finally sorted itself out. So yeah, we'll go back to the junction cam, and now we'll basically just play the waiting game and wait for that particular loco to come back. what we'll go is we'll go and, as I know I've got a few people in here that are avid fans of these 68s. I'll just run the jump around some cameras a little bit. I really do need to try and work out a way of doing a nice smooth transition. So I've seen other YouTubers that when they switch the cameras over, instead of just getting a black screen, they get like a nice sort of fade in, fade out screen. So that'll be something I'll have to try at some point. So yeah, the current stock that you can see just there, that's my 009 stuff. So there's stuff that I've been building, and there's stuff that I've bought. And you can see just in the sort of distance just here, you can see there's a load more wagon kits that I need to basically get round to building at some point. So yeah, it's getting a bit noisy now, because I've got lots of things in here that are making noises. So what I shall do is I shall go and turn, oh dear, that's not even English, 9466. I shall go and turn a few of these locos off, that way we can hear things a little bit better. So yeah, currently driving the 68, and what we'll do is we'll fish it out of the corner there. Now this is a bit loud, so if it does get to a point where you guys can't hear me correctly, because I do feel like I've had to raise my voice a little bit, but yeah, if it gets to the point where you can't hear me that well, please do speak up and let me know. I do wish they'd hurry up with the Mark 5s. This will currently be heading out of here rather quickly. Yep. It's funny how quiet it goes when that thing gets out of here, actually. What do we want? Do we want a fly and return? Hey, nice to hear you got one of. Nice to hear you got one of my sound files. Which decoder? Which decoder did you use in the end? Did you use a V5 or did you use an MS? Because this one's got the Zimo MS decoder on it, which is currently making a huge racket behind me at the moment. We definitely need those TPE Mark 5s to hurry up. Tell you what I could do actually, which might be a bit of fun. Let's go to... That'll be a bit of fun. So this is a whole new angle of the layout, which a lot of you haven't seen before. So this is the section that's currently across the side in front of me here. It's probably the most scenic section I've done, because this is all grass here, all static grass along here. And yeah, as you can see, I'm currently working on the roadway that comes down, and there's a bridge section under there. Originally I did think about doing the Falla road system on it. You got it off eBay. You think it had a V5 in it. I can't quite remember. Oh, well, so you bought the Loco. You bought the TPE Loco and the V5 on there as well. Excellent. Cool. Which one did you get? Did you get Brutus, Destroyer, or Achilles? Because this one's Achilles. Ended up doing a bit of a deal for this one, actually, because couldn't find Achilles anywhere else. So yeah, but I'm really glad you like it though, mate. It's certainly one that I've spent a long time developing and working. Oh, I'm quite liking this angle. This is a whole new angle, this. Gonna have to stand up again just to hold her. Oh, doesn't that look good? Oh, I think we found a new viewing angle. That looks good there, doesn't it? How nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm liking that. I'm liking that angle a lot, to be honest. On that note, let's get some trains going, and we'll have a bit more fun with that angle. Excellent, you've got Achilles as well. That's exactly what this one is as well, David. Maybe I should see if I could. Can I get the audio on that one as well? Oh, we're going to lose sight of it in a minute. It's amazing how quiet it goes when you run that through that hole in the wall. We must. Yeah. Let's swap the locos a minute. The layout or the stream, James? I'm actually quite impressed to see you're still here. I thought you would have got bored now and gone off. I've currently rotated my desk cam around to give me this new view, which is a bit different. Quickly just hold my point across. I really do need to get on and finish wiring and putting point motors on this layout. Good evening, Peter. Oh, very nice. Very nice, James. I have seen a couple of pictures of that layout, or a video I think you did of it. So that looked quite cool. This could be the angle I'm missing from the layout, actually, that other one, so that'd be quite cool. So what we'll do is we'll see if we can track it around the layout a little bit. So it will come back into shot. He hopes. Sounds like it's getting... There we go. So we'll go from the shed cam, we'll go over to the junction. We'll see it come around the far corner, then I'll go to my desk cam, which I've now flipped around. That looks pretty cool. Just going to stop it there actually and have a bit of fun. So what I can do is I can put this on speed lock and we can basically just have a listen to the... I don't know how well that's coming across, but I did enjoy making this sound file so much. That's my favourite one, just there. Hi Peter, yes, that is the MS. So that was one of the original development MS decoders that I had in there to start with, and all I've done is I've done the firmware updates to get it sorted. I agree, David. I absolutely love the speed lock feature because it just means I can just keep cranking. And it just basically sits there. But yeah, that is the MS decoder. Shut it down now. Love that little flutter it does halfway down as well. Quite glad I managed to capture that, to be honest. So yeah, that's a pretty cool angle actually. I've not really considered that one before. I'll shut that up for a minute. We'll get the 14. We'll get the 14 out of here. I'll tell you what we will do. We'll go and get the Western. This Western's really loud, just to warn you all. David, the honest answer is I don't know when the next exhibition is off the top of my head. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, if you do want to come to one of the shows with me, then by all means, I will keep you in the loop and let you know. Peter, yes, the MS decoder is available. You can buy it via Digitrains. So you need the MS440D. And you need the MS68 ASL sound file for it. The speaker I use is the SP55 by 20 by 10. I'll quickly just put that in the description so you can basically copy it. David, the Western is a Dapol Western. So what I did was I got it after I sold Western Druid. I got it from AGR Models actually, Anthony, that I used to work for. So he sold it to me. And basically what I've done is the old 68 5-inch gauge that I used to have. I've kind of played tribute to that particular loco by making this little 00 gauge one. Making that one Western Druid, basically. I can't remember the original one this was. I think this was began with an F, Western something, I can't remember now. But yeah, so I've stripped it all apart, I've changed it all. I've put the cab lights where the cab lights are supposed to be. Because on the actual models, the cab lights are up in the roof there. So yeah, the cab lights, as you can see there, they are actually in the right place. They're actually in the correct place. So I completely removed the standard factory PCB from it and changed it all around. This has got 2 speakers in it. It's got a 55 by 20 by 10 and it's got an EM2 in it. Now, I'm not a fan of the EM2s, but it does work particularly well in this loco. And having the 2 speakers wired in series, so I get 8 ohm out of them. It's probably testing the limits of the decoder quite a bit. All directional stuff as well, so I can change direction of it as well. James, thanks for tuning in, mate. Really appreciate it. By all means, if you do want me to do some reviews or stuff, then by all means, I can do some bits for you. At the same token as well, maybe I'll figure out how to get my internet working more stably so I don't have this problem. I think the maximum amount of viewers I've had in tonight was 6, which is a little bit disappointing, but there we go. Can't win them all. Anyway, yeah, so David, if you're still about, give me a shout. What I'll do is I'll put it on drive hold and I'll give this thing a rev up if you like. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty loud. Yeah. So I'll shut that down anyway. So yeah, going back to the original reason. So UWT-50, highly rate it. Good throttle. Would definitely recommend it. So yeah, if you fancy something different, but bear in mind you need some sort of Wi-Fi enabled control system to be able to do this. So David, the UWT-50 that we were talking about earlier, you can actually use this on that. Not entirely sure what's happened. Don't know how I managed to do that. Not entirely. I think I just knocked the lost it button. But yeah, liking it. Good throttle. In comparison to the 100, not much difference between the two. Bigger handset, so personally, I prefer this sort of handset to this little thing. But that's a personal preference. Definitely go for the encoder one. Oh. I've got a loco coming back. Hang on. I'll stick it in a siding. There we go. We'll turn that off. So yeah. So yeah, just going back to what I was saying, UWT-50, highly recommended. If the 100 is the one that sort of scared you off because of the price, maybe the 50 is more up your street. See what you think. Yeah, definitely taught myself that I really do like the lower camera angles, so I might have to look into that in some way, shape or form. I was trying to keep them higher up so you can see more of the layout, but in actual fact, sitting at that angle there, that looks kind of cool. So yeah, but anyway guys, it's just coming up to 9 o'clock now. I said I'd go on to about 9 o'clock. Unfortunately I messed up the internet link, which was a little bit annoying. So most people that probably clicked on the link have found it dead in the water. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. But hopefully I'll get it right next time. And yeah, I'll try and do another Sunday feed fairly soon. Yeah, have a think about the controller. By all means, mate, if you've got any questions or anything like that, just come back to me and let me know. That's fine. I'll help any way I can. That's generally what I do, and that goes for everyone here. If you've got any DCC related questions or controller questions or anything like that, by all means, feel free to join us on one of the live feeds and have a comment in the chat box, and I'll obviously answer you over live feed. Or alternatively, leave some comments in the section below. It is YouTube at the end of the day, so like and subscribe. It all helps. I'm not entirely sure what it helps because I'm fairly new to the YouTube thing, but obviously I see lots of people saying like and subscribe. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. If you don't like the video, maybe leave a comment and say what you'd like to see instead. And paint drying, no, I'm not going to do a video about that. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you're all going to have a nice week. Probably won't do a live stream next Sunday, as I will be coming back from Gilling. So probably the next live stream that I will probably plan will be on the 22nd. My mum and dad are visiting that weekend. I've just looked on my calendar. Mum and dad are visiting that weekend, but that ain't going to stop me from coming out here and maybe getting a 5-minute break from everyone. So oh, N-gauge. Right, okay, sorry Peter. I'll quickly it's the MS 580 N18. Or you don't need to hear what I'm typing, I'm just saying it out loud in my head. And then all you need is a little 15x11 driver, so you just need a DSS 238 from us, and then don't forget the sound file, which is the MS68 ASL. In actual fact, I've not actually seen or had a go at this file in one of the N-gauge 68s just yet, so I'd be interested to get some feedback and see how that goes. Actually, the sound file obviously does well with a big speaker, but obviously I've tried to make it usable on speakers that I would use in the model, because a lot of people seem to go for these big EM2s, whilst they give you great noisy sort of bass and all this kind of stuff, at the end of the day I don't think the volume level isn't any good for me personally. And the one thing I definitely know about these 68s, especially when I went and recorded it, was just how loud these things are. I mean, they are so loud. I mean, the 68022, which I think is Resolution or Revolution or something like that. I can't remember the name of it now. But I certainly know that one, when it was parked up, we had to turn the engine off because the station where we were at, it was actually getting noise. They actually had noise complaints from the surrounding town, that these things were basically just too noisy. So that's half the reason you see that a lot of these are shut down when they're waiting to come out of the station or anything like this, because they basically get shut down because of noise complaints. So yeah, they are really loud, and I do remember coming out of York, the National Railway Museum once, standing in the car park and hearing this noise and thinking, "Ooh, it's like my ear perked up like a little meerkat or something like this." Like, oh look, that's a 68 over there, so I must go and investigate. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. As I say, any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave them below. Like and subscribe, and all being well, I shall see